But what do I do if I don't have a clear differentiation or something that I can claim to myself and it is distinct from the competition, and there are bigger dogs that dominate the market? And in that case, a possible approach, which is a bit of mavericky, is what is called an underdog strategy. There are a lot of cases in marketing about that. Basically, underdog strategy can be achieved when you have a clear disadvantage position. You're not the leader of the market. The leader of the market can play the underdog card, and you have a lot of passion and determination about your cause and about what you're doing. A couple of examples. You know, there's a famous quote of this guy, you know, and he always said that a good story, because Apple in their early days really adopted this underdog strategy. They always had this clear villain. He always said, in a good underdog strategy and a good story, you need a hero and a villain. In their specific case, it was PC. You all know the PC versus Mac commercials. But there are another examples from our industry. For example, this is how Silence started. Silence is a huge cyber company, and they targeted the villain of the antivirus. And they say, we are antivirus, the next generation of antivirus, standard AV is dead. And so this is another way to attack. Choose a villain and attack it. And this is a very famous case of, you know, this guy, Nirtzu. He was one of the founders of Checkpoint. And yeah, and he left and founded Palo Alto, and he really made Checkpoint his villain. And they're telling about him that he used to travel around with this Ethernet cable in his pocket. And he always, you know, took it and say, you know what, this is Checkpoint firewall. It's like an Ethernet. It's connecting your network to the internet just with a cable. It's not working. And you know this one, he hanged a sign in front of their office. It says, it's on Ayalon highway. He hanged it on top of Gil Schweiz's office, and it says, you just passed Checkpoint, so did we. So once again, marking a very clear villain, and then, you know, full force ahead. This is another example from B2C. You know the
Yes.
Shave Club, okay? Who the villain was? Yes. Okay. An example from B2B from one of our clients. Executing underdog strategy. Once again, company in a disadvantaged position. Not a very clear differentiation in technology that you can really claim. Look how we told that story. The company is called Kramer Electronics. I'm sure not all of you have heard about them, but they are huge. They exist for more than 30 years. They're doing professional audio video, all the stuff that connects meeting rooms and video walls in airports, you know, professional equipment. They have more than 30 branches around the world. They sell in hundreds of millions. But their competition, especially restaurant, by the way, selling in billions. Huge gorillas. And mainly the reason for that is technological. These guys, the restaurant guys, realized that the main challenge in Pro AV is for the installer that installed this equipment is interoperability, that everything will play nicely together. So they created this huge integrated box, this big box, and it has modules, and it's super comfortable for the installer, and they are taking the market by storm. Now, Kramer, on the other hand, didn't manage or didn't want to build this big box, and instead they built this product line of 4,000 different, all the different combinations that you can think of in small boxes. You know, like 2 HDMI and 1 DVI, and the same, you can build exactly the same solution like restaurant, but instead of big box, you get a mix and match of a lot of pieces. So, realizing that we can't win the restaurant in their own, in their arena of installers, because for an installer, it's a lot less fun to like connect dozens of boxes instead of taking just a big box. And together with them, we realized that we need to shift positioning towards the end user, the actual AV guy or IT guy that's in charge of this meeting room, and he needs, you know, some sort of a Pro AV equipment. He's less familiar with the brands, he doesn't know exactly what sits in the rack, and luckily for us, we can tell him any story that we want. And once again, we choose to take an underdog approach, turning our disadvantage of this fragmented product line and turning it into our advantage. We choose a strategy that says, the box isn't good. We didn't develop a box because, you know, we're not good. We just didn't want to. We believe the answer for a better Pro AV market is not a bigger box, but a smarter solution. And we go with the slogan AV beyond the box. You get the dual meaning. And look how I tell you the story, and suddenly it becomes a bit interesting. So during the last years, Pro AV is doing bigger and bigger boxes. But if you look inside for a second, you realize that in fact you don't use like 90% of the functionality that you have in this box, and you are actually paying a massive premium for overcapacity. So why? We at Carmel focus on the thing that you do use, and we implement this using 3 pillars. One is dedicated hardware that is tailor-made exactly to what you need and not an inch more. Then software instead of bulky hardware, and then cloud. What we can, we migrate to the cloud, so the solution is smarter and lighter. See how we tell it in a clip.
Over the last few years, the Pro AV industry has been making bigger and more complicated boxes. Pro AV kept offering more ports, settings, and features while requiring expensive dedicated signal highways and custom programming. Most users, however, just want a system that meets their specific needs without having to pay a massive premium for the overcapacity and inefficiency that is inherent to this outdated architecture. We believe the answer isn't a bigger box, but a smarter solution. Taking AV beyond the box, we combine the most advanced technologies to create a smarter, more elegant end-to-end solution. The Kramer solution leverages 3 technological building blocks. Instead of expensive all-in-one boxes, Kramer's extensive product line offers hundreds of specialized units to meet any challenge. This allows each customer to build a solution perfectly tailored to their specific requirements. Replaced cumbersome hardware with advanced software alternatives and created solutions such as networked AV and virtual matrices. These software solutions leverage existing signal highways to maximize our customers' benefit from AV IP convergence. By utilizing the latest cloud technologies, we've changed the sleepy control market beyond recognition, offering a first-of-its-kind cloud-based, hyper-intelligent control system. This innovation not only cuts down on hardware and eliminates the need for custom programming, but it also organically gathers all organizational data to deliver cloud-based analytics on demand. Welcome to a brand new Pro AV world. Kramer, AV beyond the box.
Now, a word about consistency. Brand equity is always generated across time. You know, it's not enough to say it one time. You need to keep saying it and implement it across your entire offering. And doing as the years pass, the brand equity is becoming stronger. And this is something that we always say to our clients, it's not a campaign. Don't think about it like a one-time thing. You need to keep saying it and tell the same story across your entire portfolio. And I want to show you another example. You remember these 3 building blocks. Each building block opens an entire product family. I want to show you the offering video of the cloud building blocks, and you see how it speaks in the same language as the entire brand. Look.
Control hasn't changed much lately. In fact, it has been done the same way in the Pro AV market for nearly 30 years. When you needed to deploy a control system, you were forced to purchase a big central control processor box. This legacy box was completely passive and isolated. It meant you had to pay hundreds of dollars per hour to have custom code written in order to integrate these boxes into your deployment. Then, for every new device you needed to add or every little change you wanted to make, you had to pay hundreds of dollars per hour all over again. All these costs limited control deployments, mainly for high-priority locations. Introducing Kramer Control. Kramer is reimagining control from the ground up. By migrating all setup logic to the cloud and leaving only smart units on premise, we got rid of the legacy control processor box. All Kramer Control smart units are interconnected in a distributed and inherently aware architecture. This allows unprecedented agility and scalability. You can efficiently deploy control in any space at a fraction of the time and cost, and cater to a single room or the largest of enterprises with the same instantaneous plug-and-play. Using a first-of-its-kind cloud-based builder, we've replaced the antiquated custom code programming with an intuitive drag-and-drop interface for a quick and easy setup. Install, configure, and modify your control system whenever you desire and without any prior programming knowledge. Kramer's cloud-based control architecture brings another groundbreaking difference. Every bit of control data is automatically gathered, totally eliminating the need for a dedicated analytics tool. You don't even need to predefine which data you wish to collect. All this data is fed into our cloud-based dashboard, providing comprehensive insights for effective decision-making and ROI management. Presenting a new era in control and analytics, Kramer Control is the latest building block in Kramer's Beyond-the-Box AV solutions. Kramer, AV Beyond the Box.
Once again, the differentiation is really head-to-head with the big boxes. You see that the entire fight is, trash talking about the big box. But once again, reason to believe, we always show the technology, the underlying technology. It creates this magic of, oh, I believe it, that sounds logical.